everyone, welcome to my channel again. I'm Debbie Olabisi, and in this channel we discuss empowerment, lifestyle and finance. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 good reasons why you should make a will. I also encourage you to look at our previous videos to bring yourself up to speed on what we have been sharing so far. In my line of business, when you're trying to talk to people about writing a will, they're like, nah, I'm too young. One reason, one excuse or the other. But I want to share with you today just 5 good reasons why you should have a will. It's all too easy to put off writing a will. People say, okay, I'll do it later. I don't have much belongings that I want to share to anybody. But experience has shown that families who don't plan ahead to cope with death or illness suffer higher levels of stress, expense and delay compared to families with the right and financial protection in place. Making a will can give you peace of mind, and it doesn't mean you're going to die because you've written a will. That's what people think, that oh, writing a will is for people who are nearing their deathbed. But that's not true. When you write a will, you're giving yourself a voice from beyond. You're giving yourself power to decide what happens to your estate. Number 1, you decide who inherits and not the government. You may want your spouse, your child, a child you sponsor, a charity, anything you want. You decide how you want your estate to be distributed. Number 2, you choose the people you trust to act as your executors. Note the use of the word trust. And you're free to actually change whoever you have appointed as an executor anytime before your demise. Your executors must be people who you trust can do the job. And what is the job of an executor? What their role is to make sure that the contents of your will are distributed as you have wished and stated in your will. Number 3 benefit of writing your will is it allows you to appoint guardians to look after young children. By young children, anyone under the age of 18 is still a young child. Now, in all honesty, no one can look after your child better than yourself. But life happens. Anytime, anything could happen to anybody at any point in time. But I want you to think, if you have a young child, God forbid something happened to you and you're no longer available to look after your child. Who do you want to look after that child? Do you want the state to take responsibility for that child? The social services in this country, they do a fantastic job. But I must tell you, the bottom line is they are just ticking boxes. And the boxes they are ticking are according to the rules and regulations laid down by the profession. But that may not be the best for your child. So while you are alive and you have an underage child, I recommend please write a will and appoint guardians. Guardians that people that you trust can look after your child, people that the child will even be comfortable to live with, because we have no guarantees. And number 4 reason, you want to avoid unnecessary exposure to inheritance tax. We all work so hard. At the minimum, we pay a 20% tax. But let me tell you something. When you die, your estate is liable to a minimum of 40% inheritance tax. Now, if you write your will, there are ways in which you can reduce that inheritance tax liability. And that's not the only thing. It becomes a case of which comes first, the egg or the chicken. Your executors, your family, cannot access any of your estates until that inheritance tax is paid. Some people will say, oh, they can sell the house or they can sell something or the other to get the money to pay for the inheritance tax. Well, let me tell you something, they can't touch anything unless that tax bill is paid. So it makes sense to be a wise man and a wise woman and write your will in a way that you can mitigate inheritance tax, and you can also take insurance, life insurance, to use the proceeds of that life insurance to pay for the inheritance tax bill. The fifth reason why you should make a will is that it gives you peace of mind and reduces the potential for family conflict. You don't want to know what happens in families, some families, when there's no will. But where there's a will, you make sure that you reduce conflict. Thank you for watching my video today. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I hope you've been enlightened on the reasons why you should write a will. For you to write a will, all you need to be is the age of 18 and have full mental capacity. If you need a consultation, kindly contact me on my website. You can book an appointment, and feel free to post your questions and comments, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I'm going to make a part 2 of this video. Look forward to it next week. Cheers.